Hello friends and welcome to another video on TutorialsPoint with me Richa. Well, today we are going to talk about a very interesting subject and module which is known as mindful parenting. Well, for all those who are newly become parents right now, this is a video which will really give you an insight of how to be a good parent. Well, today on the agenda we will talk about what is mindfulness, explain the meaning of mindful parenting, identify the key factors to mindful parenting, explain the focus and the idea behind mindful parenting, and identifying the 5 tenets or principles to mindful parenting. Well, what exactly is mindfulness? If we have to give you a definition, mindfulness is the capacity to be fully present, to be completely engaged into whatever you're doing with one's actual moment-to-moment experience as it is arising with kind attention without the mind trying to make it any different. Well, mindfulness is all about being 100% to where you are. The moment you are in, that is the moment you have to be completely in sync with physically, mentally, emotionally, and in any other way. Well, mindful parenting is now a very important factor because it is a lifelong experience. It means you become less attached to the outcomes and more mindful of what's unfolding in your life and in your children's life. Mindful parenting today has become a very important part of our world because parents are generally so much bothered about what their children are doing, what they are not doing, what they could be doing better. And in fact, parents have become like helicopter parents nowadays, worrying and some more worrying about your children. Well, mindful parenting is all about forgetting everything, not trying to be a perfectionist parent, but rather trying to be somebody who is in sync with your child. Well, it's very important to focus on, and because focus is a very important part of mindful parenting. Mindful parenting focuses on managing strong emotions, managing reactivity and stress, because nowadays the parents are very stressed out and they react to their children in a couple of milliseconds, and hence it becomes important to become a mindful parent. Improving mindful communication, honoring sovereignty, recognizing and actively reshaping one's maladaptive mental patterns, and cultivating compassion, loving kindness and self-care. Well friends, we will talk in detail about all of these particular aspects of how to become a better mindful parent. Well friends, key factors to a mindful parenting is noticing your own feeling when you are in conflict with your child. Nowadays the children that today's generation are becoming really confident individuals, and they do not want to listen to parents, and hence if you do not control your child, you feel you have lost all your chances over them. Hence it's important to know what is your own feeling with your child. Learning to pause before responding in anger, so don't become reactive, rather think about what you want to say, how you want to say, and then take it forward. Listening carefully to child's viewpoint even when you have to disagree with it. So listen to them. I think that's very important part of being a mindful parent. Well, certain tenets of, or rather principles of mindful parenting. The first one is make space for just being every day. Well, as parents, you don't have to fill your day with a lot of clutter, chaos and things to do. Not being a hyperactive person, rather just be in the moment and enjoy your child, your child's development step by step and stage by stage. Our lives are only lived in moments, and hence mindful parenting is all about being more present to the situation. And it's important that you have a sit down session with yourself, about 5 minutes to 30 minutes depending on how much time you can take out for that particular mindfulness. Try to be just simply be with yourself, minus any technology, enclose yourself in a room or any open space and be in sync with yourself. Just breathe in and try to know your own zone. I think that's very important as being a mindful parent. The second thing is mindfully managing your stress. As you mentioned, Stress is a part of our life today, and every parent goes through stress. Hence, as the mind-body connection becomes strengthened through mindful practice, it becomes possible to actively track and notice stress or imbalance in the body movements. So, whenever we feel stressed as parents, I think you should just relax with yourself, try to understand the root cause of the stress, try to slowly and steadily solve that particular stress. But most important is to relax whenever you're stressed as a parent. Don't remove the reaction onto your child. I think that would be a big blunder to your child. So we follow something which is known as a STOP methodology, which is a part of mindful parenting, wherein S stands for stop. Stop whenever you're noticing any kind of stress coming to you, changes in body, hormones, etc. Just stop right there. Do not do anything but pause. The second step is T, which means take a breath. It means just being aware of your breath. So sit quietly with yourself, probably even without your child. Notice your breathing, breathe in and breathe out, and try to be in sync with your own self. Try to be mindful. Also notice how your mind begins to change, and a lot of clarity comes when you just pause and stop by yourself for a little while. Try to observe, try to notice and observe what exactly the thing is that is causing you pain. Try to become as balanced as you can. What is really happening in the moment? Try to ask yourself a question and then proceed. Try to understand what you can do about it. So solve the problem which is causing you stress. The third tenet of mindful parenting is embrace the model of good enough parents. Well, today parents want to be perfectionist. They want to give their child every possible thing on the planet, and they're ready to do anything for that. Well, it's not important to keep giving things to your child. It's also important to make them understand the value of things, and hence it becomes important. You don't have to be a perfect parent. You can be just good enough. That's also doable in today's time. So as parents, how we navigate these moments is as important aspect of mindful parenting. Our children need us to fail, and that's very important. So do not try to do everything to the most perfect way as you can. You can fail, and it's absolutely human to do so. You don't have to show to your children, or rather in front of them, that you are the best and you will never ever make any mistakes or at all fail. There's no such thing as a perfect parent, so just be a real one. Hence, it becomes important that our children also fail, and you should not keep correcting them if they fail. Rather, you need to make them understand that failure is a part or a stepping stone to success. If they fail, you should always give them a holding hand, but do not try to make things easier for them by not letting them fail. Also try to not deny this reality. Our children are not given an authentic model of what is to be as human, warts and all. So try to make them fail as much as you can, and try to make them not completely perfectionist in their own things that they do. The fourth is honor your child's sovereignty. Now as parents, at times what happens is that you try to do everything for your child. You try to do their homework, you try to also help them with everything by making sure that they become dependent on you. The idea of mindful parenting is that you should let your children be, let them do things in their own time and space. Do not hurry them into doing it. In fact, I would go a step further and say, give them the freedom to do things in their own time and space. The next one is to cultivate kindness and compassion. Well, children model us as parents, as teachers. They look up to us and they copy whatever you are doing as a parent or as a teacher. And hence it becomes very important that you show signs and acts of kindness and compassion, because as children they role model you, they will also likely to do acts of kindness and compassion. So always try to do things which will help the child to understand that it is good to give to the needy, and it's good to be compassionate, it's good to sympathize and empathize with people. Well, there's a beautiful quotation which says, You will never have this day with your children again. Tomorrow they'll be a little older than they were today. This day is a gift. Just breathe, notice, study their faces and their little feet. Pay attention. Relish the charms of the present. Enjoy today. It will be over before you know it. So enjoy your childhood with your children and do not hurry them up. Just be present and try to do the best you can. Well, to conclude, I would like to say that self-compassion, love, healthy self-acceptance and self-awareness are essential components of skillful and effective mindful parenting. And as parents, perhaps the most important thing that we can do for our children is the gift of our full presence in that particular moment. So when you are with your child, please do not engage in social media activities because that takes the attention of your child and into strangers and people who are not so important in your lives. So be present for your children because that's the biggest gift that you can give to them. Well friends, thank you for watching this video on mindful parenting. I do hope you have enjoyed listening to this particular video. Keep watching and do feel free to put in your comments and your suggestions to make us make better videos for you. Thank you once again.